Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Your greatest comeback is not behind you, it's ahead of you. You may have fallen, you may have stumbled, and you might feel like you've been knocked down so many times that there's no way you can get back up. But I want you to know this, the comeback is always greater than the setback. When life hits you hard, when the world turns its back on you, that's not the end of your story, it's the beginning of your greatest chapter yet. You are not defined by your mistakes, your failures, or your past. You are defined by how you rise, by how you bounce back, by the strength you find in your deepest struggles. Please hit that red subscribe button. It doesn't take your time, but helps me a lot. You've got to understand this. You may be going through a tough season, but this is not where your story ends. This is where it begins. Every successful person you look up to, every hero you admire has faced moments where they thought they couldn't go on, where they thought their dream was lost and their hope was gone. But they didn't give up. They didn't let the challenges stop them. They rose, they came back stronger. And so can you. I don't care how many times you've been knocked down. I don't care how many people have told you that you couldn't make it, that you couldn't succeed. You have something inside of you, something powerful, something resilient that can turn any setback into a comeback. It's called determination. It's called belief. And when you hold on to that, when you refuse to let go of your dreams, you can overcome anything. Life's greatest victories don't come from avoiding challenges, but from confronting them head on and deciding that no matter how many times you fall, you will always rise. Now listen to me, this is not about perfection, this is about persistence. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to know how it's all going to work out. But what you need to do is take action. You need to move forward step by step, even when it seems like the world is pushing you backward. And when the obstacles come, and they will come, make no mistake, you have to remind yourself that you are a warrior. You are a survivor. You are made for this. And when you get knocked down, you don't stay down. You get back up and you fight for your future. You fight for your dreams. You fight for everything that you deserve. I want you to get this in your spirit. You have what it takes. You are not a quitter. The people who win in life are not the ones who have never failed. They are the ones who have failed, fallen, and kept getting back up. You have the power to turn every disappointment into an opportunity, every failure into a lesson, every setback into a comeback. It's time to stop looking back at what went wrong and start looking ahead at what's possible. Your future is waiting for you. Your best days are ahead of you. So what if you've been knocked down? So what if things didn't go the way you planned? So what if you've lost some battles along the way? This is not the end, it's just the beginning. The greatest comebacks are born from the hardest struggles. When you refuse to stay down, when you refuse to quit, when you decide that the pain won't break you but will make you stronger, that is when your comeback begins. It's time to rise, it's time to take action, it's time to show the world that no matter what happens, you will always come back stronger. Your comeback is greater than any setback. You've got this, don't stop now. Keep going, your comeback is waiting. Your greatest comeback is not behind you, it is ahead of you, waiting for you to take that first step towards it. Life has a way of knocking us down, of throwing challenges and obstacles that seem impossible to overcome. We all face moments where we feel defeated, where it seems like the world has conspired against us, and we wonder if we'll ever find our way back. But here's the truth, the greatest moments of your life are not defined by where you've been, but by where you are going. No matter how many times you've stumbled, no matter how many times you felt like giving up, your comeback story is only just beginning. You see, it's easy to look back and dwell on the mistakes, the failures, the lost opportunities. It's easy to get caught in the idea that the best days are behind you, that the past was where your glory lies, and that all that's left are reminders of what could have been. But the reality is, your greatest achievements, your highest moments, your deepest victories are ahead of you. They haven't happened yet because they are waiting for you to rise, waiting for you to summon the courage to move beyond the hurt, the doubt, and the fear. The past is filled with lessons, but it doesn't hold your future. The past does not define who you are today or who you will become tomorrow. What defines you is the courage you have to face the future. The comeback is not about erasing the past, but about learning from it. Every time you've fallen, you've learned something. Every setback has taught you how strong you truly are, how capable you are of overcoming adversity, and how resilient your spirit is. It doesn't matter how many times life has knocked you down. What matters is that you get back up. Every time you stand up again, you're moving closer to your greatest comeback. Your past may have held disappointment, pain, or heartbreak, but those experiences have been preparing you for this moment, preparing you to rise above and create something greater than you've ever imagined. The greatest comebacks are often born out of the most difficult circumstances. When everything seems lost, that's when you have the chance to rise with power, strength, and determination. You are stronger than you realize, and the challenges you faced have only made you more equipped to face the future with confidence. Your setbacks do not mean your story is over. They mean that your story is unfolding in a way that will lead you to something bigger, better, and more meaningful. Don't let your failures define you. Your failures are stepping stones, not roadblocks. They are the fuel that will ignite your passion and propel you forward. The comeback doesn't start in the past, it begins in the present moment when you make the choice to move forward, to believe in yourself, and to keep pushing toward what lies ahead. You are not finished yet. Your story is still being written, and your greatest chapters have yet to come. So when you feel like you're at the lowest point, remember your comeback is waiting for you. The greatest victories, the most fulfilling achievements, the happiest moments of your life, those are ahead of you. Your journey is just getting started, and the best is yet to come. Embrace the future with open arms and take that first step toward your greatest comeback. You are not defined by how many times you fall, you are defined by how you rise. Life will test you. It will push you to your limits and force you to face challenges that feel insurmountable. There will be times when you stumble, times when the world seems to turn against you, and times when it feels like giving up would be the easiest option. But remember, in those very moments of difficulty, your true strength is revealed. It is not in the times when everything is easy, when everything is falling into place, that we grow the most. It's in the moments of struggle, of adversity, that we find out what we're truly made of. Your strength doesn't come from the victories you've had. It comes from the ability to stand back up after every defeat. When life knocks you down, it doesn't define your journey. What defines you is your determination to rise again. Every time you fall and get back up, you're building your character, you're strengthening your resolve, and you're proving to yourself that nothing can keep you down for long. The key is not to stay down, not to let failure become a permanent part of your story, but to see it for what it is, a temporary setback. Failure is an event, not a person. It's something you go through, not something you become. The truth is, falling is inevitable. You will face setbacks, mistakes, and failures. That's a part of life. But what really matters is how you respond. When you fall, you have a choice. You can let it break you, or you can let it make you stronger. The ones who succeed are not the ones who avoid failure, but the ones who keep rising no matter how many times they fall. It's the ones who take those failures and use them as fuel for growth, who eventually find success. When you rise with greater wisdom, with more strength, and with a deeper understanding of yourself. Every time you pick yourself up, you are becoming more resilient, more capable, and more determined. You are proving to the world, and more importantly to yourself, that you are unbreakable. Your ability to get back up after falling shows the world that no challenge, no obstacle, and no setback is powerful enough to stop you from reaching your goals. Remember, your journey is not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about having the courage to face each new day with the belief that you can overcome whatever stands in your way. Life will challenge you, and sometimes the road will be hard. But you are capable of rising over and over again. Each time you do, you get one step closer to the person you're meant to be and the life you're meant to live. So whenever you find yourself knocked down, take a moment to reflect, gather your strength, and rise again. Understand that you are not defined by the falls, the failures, or the times you feel defeated. You are defined by your ability to stand tall, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. Your story is not over yet. This is just the beginning of the powerful, unstoppable rise that's waiting for you. Keep getting up, keep rising higher, and keep moving toward your greatest potential. Every setback is an opportunity to come back stronger. It may seem impossible to see it in the moment, especially when life hits hard, when things don't go as planned, or when obstacles appear that feel too big to overcome. But it's in those very moments that your true power is forged. When you face adversity and find the strength to keep going, you discover that setbacks are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones on the way to success. They are the moments that prepare you for the greater things ahead. When things don't go your way, it's easy to feel defeated, to wonder if you're ever going to get where you want to go. But what if I told you that those challenges are exactly what you need to grow? What if I told you that every time life pushes you back, it's giving you a chance to push forward with even more power and determination? A setback is just a moment in time, a part of the process, and it's how you respond to it that matters. You can let it hold you down, or you can rise above it and use it to fuel your drive. You see, every setback brings with it a lesson. Maybe you didn't achieve your goal this time, but you gained experience. Maybe things didn't go as planned, but now you're better equipped to handle challenges in the future. You learned something valuable. Setbacks teach us resilience. They teach us to adapt, to find new solutions, and to never stop striving for our goals. And it's that very resilience that makes the comeback so much greater than the setback itself. In life, it's not about avoiding the setbacks. It's not about ensuring that everything goes perfectly. Perfection is an illusion. The real power lies in how you choose to face setbacks. When you encounter difficulty, you can choose to give up, or you can choose to rise. You can choose to let the setback define you, or you can use it as the foundation for your greatest success. The comeback doesn't happen by avoiding failure. It happens by learning from it and using it as a source of strength. When you look at your setbacks through a different lens, they transform from obstacles into opportunities. They become the training ground for your growth. Each failure makes you more determined, more capable, and more resilient. It's when you feel like giving up that you must dig deep, find the strength within, and push even harder. The road to success is never a straight line. It's full of twists, turns, and bumps along the way. But those bumps are not the end of your journey. They're the moments that prepare you to rise even higher. You are capable of using every setback as a springboard to something greater. The pain, the struggle, the challenges, they don't have to define you. What defines you is your response. What defines you is your ability to get up, to push forward, and to take action even when it feels hard. Every setback brings with it the power to come back stronger than before. So when life knocks you down, stand up with determination, knowing that the comeback will be greater than the setback you faced. Keep moving forward, keep fighting, and let each challenge propel you to new heights. Persistence is more important than perfection. In a world that often celebrates flawless achievements and instant success, it's easy to get caught up in the belief that you must get everything right from the start. But the truth is, the path to greatness is not paved with perfection, it's paved with persistence. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment or having everything fall into place before you take action. It's about showing up every day, putting in the work, and staying committed to your goals, no matter what obstacles come your way. Perfection is an illusion. There is no such thing as a perfect journey, and there is no perfect version of you. The most successful people in life are not the ones who got everything right from the beginning. They're the ones who kept going, even when things weren't perfect, even when they faced failure, and even when it felt like the odds were stacked against them. They understood that success doesn't come from doing everything perfectly. It comes from the ability to keep moving forward, to keep trying, and to keep improving one step at a time. You don't need to have it all figured out to start. You don't need to wait until everything is perfect to take action. What you need is the courage to begin, the willingness to learn, and the determination to keep going, even when the road is tough. Every mistake you make, every misstep along the way is a valuable lesson. Perfection doesn't teach you anything. Persistence teaches you everything. Every time you fall, every time you stumble, you're learning something new about yourself and about the world around you. And that knowledge is what will ultimately lead you to success. Think about any great achievement or goal you've reached in your life. Did it happen because everything went exactly as planned? Or did it happen because you stayed committed, kept putting in the effort, and refused to quit even when things didn't go perfectly? The ability to persist in the face of imperfection is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who give up along the way. It's easy to get discouraged when things aren't perfect. You might feel like giving up, like it's too late or you're too far behind. But I want you to remember this: the people who succeed are the ones who keep going, who keep showing up, who keep pushing even when they don't have all the answers. Perfection is not what's going to get you to where you want to go. It's your persistence, your willingness to keep going even when you're unsure, that will ultimately bring you success. So let go of the need for everything to be perfect. Let go of the fear of failure. Embrace the process. Embrace the mistakes, the lessons, and the growth that come with each step forward. When you learn to persist, no matter what happens, you'll find that your progress is unstoppable. Perfection may never come, but with persistence, your dreams will. Keep moving forward, stay committed, and trust that every step you take is bringing you closer to the life you want. You are a warrior and a survivor. Life has a way of testing us, of throwing challenges and obstacles that seem impossible to overcome. It's easy to feel like giving up, to wonder how you can keep going when it seems like everything is working against you. But in those moments when the world feels heavy and the road seems dark, it's important to remember just how strong you are. You are a warrior capable of facing whatever comes your way. You are a survivor made resilient by every trial you faced. The strength you need is already inside of you. Sometimes we forget how powerful we really are. When we're in the middle of a struggle, it's hard to see the warrior within. But look at how far you've come. Look at all the battles you've fought, all the hardships you've endured. Each one of those moments has shaped you, has built you into someone capable of overcoming even more. Every scar, every tear, every moment of doubt, those are the things that make you who you are. They've made you stronger, wiser, and more determined to keep moving forward. You've been through things that would have broken others, yet here you are, standing tall. That's not by accident. That's not luck. That's the warrior inside you, refusing to quit, refusing to give in to defeat. You may have faced heartbreak, loss, failure, or fear, but none of those things have defeated you. You are still here, still fighting, still moving forward, and that makes you a warrior. A warrior is someone who doesn't back down from a fight. A warrior is someone who knows that the battle isn't over until they say it's over, even when the odds are stacked against them, even when the world tells them they can't win. A warrior keeps going. A warrior knows that no matter how many times they fall, they can always rise again. And every time they rise stronger. You are that warrior. You've faced tough times and yet you've kept going. That inner strength, that fire within you is what keeps you moving forward no matter what. But it's not just about surviving, it's about thriving. Being a survivor means more than just getting through the hard times. It means using everything you've been through as fuel to become the best version of yourself. Every challenge, every struggle has the potential to make you stronger if you allow it to. You have the power to take everything life throws at you and turn it into something beautiful. It's not about avoiding difficulty, it's about embracing it, learning from it, and rising above it. You are capable of more than you realize. You have an inner strength that is waiting to be unleashed. No matter what you've been through, no matter what lies ahead, remember this: you are a warrior and a survivor. You have what it takes to face anything. You have the strength to overcome any challenge, and as long as you keep going, as long as you keep fighting, nothing can stand in your way. Keep pushing forward, keep fighting, and let that warrior spirit carry you to your greatest victories. You've got this. Every setback can be turned into a comeback. When life doesn't go as planned, when things don't work out the way you imagine, it's easy to feel defeated, to wonder if it's even worth trying again. But I want you to remember this simple truth: failure is not the end. It's a part of the process, a stepping stone that brings you closer to success. Every challenge you face, every setback you experience, carries within it the seeds of your greatest comeback. What seems like an obstacle in the moment is often the very thing that prepares you for something even better ahead. In life, nothing ever happens exactly the way we expect. There will be moments when you feel like you've been knocked down, when it feels like the world is against you, and when everything you've worked for seems out of reach. But those moments are not the end of your story. They are simply part of the journey. Every time you face a setback, you are learning, you are growing, and you are becoming stronger. The greatest comebacks are born out of the toughest circumstances, and each time you rise with greater strength, resilience, and determination. Think about the setbacks you've already overcome in your life. Look at all the times when you felt like you wouldn't make it through, only to discover that not only did you survive, but you became better, stronger, and more capable as a result. Those challenges didn't define you, they refined you. They showed you that no matter how many times life knocks you down, you have the ability to get back up. And every time you rise, you become more prepared for the next step in your journey. A setback is simply a moment in time. It's an event, not a permanent condition. It doesn't define who you are or what you are capable of. It's an opportunity to pause, regroup, and come back even stronger. When you face a setback, you have two choices: to let it break you or to use it as fuel to propel yourself forward. The choice is yours. Every time you choose to rise, you turn your setback into a comeback. You take the lessons learned from the struggle and use them to fuel your next step forward, to push you beyond what you thought was possible. The key to turning a setback into a comeback is your mindset. When you choose to see challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles, you open yourself up to growth. You start to understand that every setback carries within it a lesson, a chance to become better, wiser, and more prepared for the future. Instead of letting disappointment hold you back, you allow it to drive you, to motivate you, and to inspire you to take action. Remember, setbacks are not a reflection of your ability or your worth. They are simply part of the process. The true measure of your success is not in how many times you fall, but in how many times you rise, how many times you refuse to stay down, and how many times you come back stronger. So embrace your setbacks, learn from them, and use them to fuel your comeback. The road to success is never smooth, but every bump along the way is an opportunity to grow and become the person you were always meant to be. Keep going, keep pushing forward, and turn every setback into your greatest comeback. In the journey of life, challenges are inevitable. There will be times when you feel defeated, when setbacks seem insurmountable, and when the world makes it hard to keep going. But I want you to remember this: you are not defined by the hardships you face, but by your resilience to rise again. Every setback is a chance to come back stronger, wiser, and more determined than before. You are a warrior, a survivor, and a force to be reckoned with. The greatest comebacks come from the deepest struggles, and your greatest moments are just ahead. Embrace the setbacks, the failures, and the obstacles. Use them as stepping stones, not roadblocks. Let them teach you, shape you, and push you closer to your true potential. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence, courage, and the unwavering belief that no matter how many times you fall, you will always rise. You are capable of overcoming anything that stands in your way. So keep fighting, keep striving, and keep believing. Your comeback is just waiting to be unleashed, and the world is ready for the greatness that lies within you. Keep going, and let your journey inspire others to rise as well.